Alright, so here we have Polar Lights, USS Enterprise and CC 1701 refit. This is the 1/1000 scale. This is reissued by round 2, and this is the first of the 1/1000 scale models, whether it's actually that's not true. Well, this is the first of the 1/1000 scale models that I've purchased that were round 2. I originally purchased the Polar Lights kits, but not the round 2 kits. Alright, so I open it up. Hi. I open it up, and I've got a dome base here. I guess this is pretty standard with the round 2 kits. I've seen people paint these domes up as a planet, which I think is actually a pretty cool idea. I might try that. I don't know if I'll do that with this kit, but down the road, if I feel ambitious enough. And a nice metal rod. These make pretty sturdy stands from what I've been told, at least for kits this scale. I don't know about the larger scale kits that round 2 is released, but I do know that this stand is pretty standard. The stand is standard. Okay, moving on. We got looks like a sprue of plastic pieces. There's your warp grills. Let me turn it over so you can see it. Warp grills and deflector dish, torpedo, looks like a couple domes, a couple other parts I don't quite recognize, but we'll see how that goes together. And we got the saucer. Here's the bottom of the saucer, and it's got some, looks like nice groove lines. You can barely tell the phaser banks are, they're on there, and there's a good surface to them. Bridge dome, and yeah, this is going to be a good looking kit, I think. And then we got a sprue of white pieces. This is obviously the rest of the ship. I can recognize the pylons, the nacelles. Yeah, okay. Got some directions here. Wow, these directions, there's I don't know, it just seems thicker than I was assuming it would be. So, we'll have to open it up and see what's like in there. Some literature from round 2. Alright, and this is the thing I was looking forward to the most. If I can get it out of here. Alright, so this is the decal sheet. I gotta tell you, I'm a little torn about this decal sheet. Of course, the decal sheet comes with all the, what do you call it? The insignia, the registry number. But it also comes with the Aztecing decals. I'm a little torn on Aztec decals, and I'll tell you why here in a little bit. But why don't I go ahead and open these sprues up and these bags, and we'll see what. Alright, so taking a look at all the pieces here, I got the sprues out of the plastic bags, and I've had a chance to take a look at them, and I gotta say I'm actually pretty impressed with this kit. The pieces they have a lot of detail to them that I'm actually pretty happy with. And I mean, for a kit of this size, like here on the pylons, you can kind of see, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's some texture here. It's like it's ribbed almost, and or grill marks, or ribbed. That's a different hobby. And yeah, I mean, here's the sensor or the bridge dome and the bottom of the saucer section, the shuttle bay. I don't see a whole lot of flash on these. These actually look pretty clean. Here's the main pylon that connects the saucer and the engineering section. And you can see the tabs. Well, there's maybe a tiny bit of flash there, but heck, I can clean that up. That's not any big deal. Yeah, warp engines. And the secondary hull, the engineering section, which is in 4 pieces. I guess I'm not really used to seeing the engineering section this small. I'm not used to seeing the Enterprise Refit model this small, so it's if I'm not if I seem a little taken aback, that's partly why. And lastly, here's the saucer. Again, like I noted when it was in the bag, I'm really impressed with some of the details here. You can see the phaser banks, and you can even see the tiny little bump where the phaser emitter is. You can see the grooves. They don't appear to be too deep at all. Of course, there's no raised Aztec lines like the old AMT kit. I just couldn't stand those. I think most model builders had a huge issue with that. RCS is nice. It's in there. It's well defined. You got some more grooves around this. I think that's called the impulse crystal. I'm not positive on that. I'm a Trekkie, but not that much of a Trekkie, so I don't remember what everything is. Of course, I just refer to that as an RCS. So, on the bottom, same thing. Some good details here. I've seen some other reviews that talk about painting this, and I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint the ship white. I have a primer. Well, first I'll glue it. I'll putty it if there's any seams that need to be puttied. Then I'm going to spray it with a white primer, spray it with a white paint, and then go on to the decaling. Speaking of decals, let's take a look at those real quick. And I can just pull them out of the box here, eventually. And actually, I didn't take them out of the bag, so just one second. Fascinating to watch, I'm sure. Alright, so first time I get to see these decals in person. Looks like there's a little instruction card that came in the bag. Alright, so I take a look at these decals, and well, yeah, these look really nice. I'm really impressed with this decal sheet. Again, you got the pennants, but all this little extra coloring, the Aztec markings. Heck, you even got the windows in there, and I can even see here this is one of the shuttle pod ports. Very impressed with that. So. And wow, we got 3 sheets of decals. Oh, here's the RCS. I guess you can use those decals. You can get phaser banks. Doesn't look like you need to do a whole lot of painting on this kit, actually. Just your white coat, your base coat, and that's it. Which ordinarily, if I was my approach to most models has always been paint and then put the decals and then rely not too heavily on decals. I'm gonna experiment with using these decals though. I've kind of wanted to give these Aztec decals a try ever since I saw a build on one of the YouTube channels I watch, and I was pretty impressed with how they looked. So I'm not building this for any model building contest. Wow, look, this is just a sheet of decals, and I can tell right away these are all pie shaped, so these must go in the saucer section. And yeah, sheet 1. Oh yeah, I like that. All the sheets are labeled. Of course, you got all the numbers. All the decals are numbered too. So, is this going to be worth it? Well, I wasn't the smartest. This was not the smartest purchase, I should say. I went to my local hobby shop, which you should always support your local hobby shop. And I paid, I paid a little bit more than $25 for this kit. And actually, I think it was like $28 I paid for the kit. And while I was there, I also happened to notice they had a decal sheet where you can, the decals apparently don't come with, they only come with the markings for the NCC 1701, not the 1701A, which I'm actually okay with. I'm not a huge fan of the 1701A. I know they're the same ship, but I fell in love with this ship after watching Star Trek: The Motion Picture and Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. So for me, that's how I will build her, as the 1701, and I think it'll go really nicely with my original series version of the 1701, which I have yet to build. Anyway, what I was going to say was, I saw a decal sheet at my local hobby shop for $10. You can buy decals to rename this ship as either the 1701A or, my goodness, there was probably a dozen different names, Potemkin, Constellation, you name it. It was on there. And a lot of those names actually sound familiar. I think they're based off of one of the old Star Trek technical manuals that came out in the 70s. So I'll give kudos to round 2 for you know, doing maybe doing the research, or just appeasing the fans for putting out those kinds of customizations. What else? So, back to my question, was this kit worth it? Well, we'll find out when I build it, and I'm actually going to do that sometime in the next day or so. Put it together, and like I said, I'll prime it, paint it, and I'll let you guys come along for the ride. So, thanks for watching this, my first kit review. I promise my next one will be better. So, thanks for watching.